Now, Nancy, you know a whole lot about protests.
Oh, my God. Ensconced in Portland all the time.
Of all the things to protest, do you think the Tufts children... Such a Joanne. Do you think that they are after the right cause?
It's what it is. It has nothing actually to do with the cause, because Mike is exactly right. If you sat down to them and say, okay, well, let's talk about these coups you're talking about. Which ones do you want to talk about? What parts of the world? When? Who was in office? Why do you think that we went in and did these things? They're not going to know anything. What they have is they have a lot of energy, as young people do and should, and they have to have perennial enemies. The perennial enemies are first going to be your parents when you're little, right? And then they're going to be maybe your teachers, the headmaster. It's always going to be the police, because they're always like in charge. It's always going to be the government. And then they just take whatever energy it is today and they do that. Maybe tomorrow it's going to be meat. They're going to be against people eating meat. They're going to be, against whatever, the right wingers. They're just going to go out and shout the same things, and they really do need to come up with better and shorter rhymes.
Oh my God!
And it really doesn't even really have to do with the CIA. It just has to do with this kind of free-floating energy that they're going to try to put somewhere. And I remember, I was talking about this the other day. I have seen, when I was in Portland covering the protests and riots, I must have seen 50 dumpsters set on fire, like literally dumpsters set on fire. And I'd be like, so this is your gambit for creating a better world. Like, this is it. This is your one move. You got one move, and this is it. It's just
toxic fumes.
It's free-floating energy.
Property
That's
damage.
all it is.
Set some tires on fire.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Or, how many times can you scarify the poor federal building? I mean, they weren't. I was like, guys, you're so super good at knocking shit down. Please show me what you know how to build. It's like, no, that's way past there. You can't even ask that, because then you're, whatever, a racist.
Forget about Joanne. I'll be Grandpa Bill. You're sticking it to the man? No, you're just sticking it to poor schlub who's making $10 an hour who has to clean up.
Yeah.
I said it.
I actually stayed wide, because I was out till like 2 in the morning getting tear gassed with all these people and everything. And I was like, let me go back at 5 in the morning and see who's there cleaning up.
That's a great idea.
I did wrote a piece for it for a reason. So of course, yes, there were the Portland people, but you also had, you had the young yahoos who had like, and they're gonna throw the lit barbecues and shine lights at the federal agents' eyeballs. But in the morning, you had like the librarians who didn't really have the courage to come out at night, so they'd come in the morning and help clean up, so the protesters could be ready, and they'd serve them scrambled eggs and stuff. They had like a lot of different teams, people like working toward their strengths for this very big movement in Portland. You could see all the great things that were accomplished.
That was a great impersonation of a librarian, too, by the way.
Thank you.
Just the right amount of mousy, which I thought was delightful.
Well, God bless protesters, as long as they do it peacefully and...
yeah, they don't.
Yeah.